All right. What's going on, guys? I'm Tim. That's Dad.
Hey.
This is MS Videos, not a podcast.
Week 12.
There you go.
Sorry, I thought you were going to say something about the ice maker.
Oh, no, yeah, it was just rumbling in the background. No big deal. Yeah, week 12 for you. We have little news to bring to you, but it's news, so we got to talk about it.
Thing keeps going off.
Yeah, so 2 new cars, a new gun, and some gun news to bring light to the people that don't know about it.
Yeah.
The gun news is actually probably the most exciting part because it means freedom.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's up to you. Where would you like to start?
Well, since we've already got it up, let's just start at the top. I'm going to start with cars this week.
Cars this week.
Let's see. First of the list, right at the top, is...
The Dude.
The Dude. And not the dude from The Big Lebowski. The dude abides.
Which was my first thought when I saw it, and yours
Well, that's
too.
what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought, oh, they're going to, do some Jeff Bridges throwbacks, maybe bring him into a commercial, like kind of play with it.
It would be cool if they did, but so this was released at SEMA this year, and you guys, if you haven't seen it, go check out our last week podcast. We reacted to a bunch of stuff from SEMA, but this week I pulled some actual sources and articles from SEMA that came out this week, and this is one of them, the 2026 The Dude Ram 1500, and it was a concept at SEMA this year. They took the old school lime coloring from the old school Chargers, put it onto a Ram 1500, lowered it to the ground, gave it some Mopar tunings, and said, all right, this is going to be the new sport truck that Ram has to offer.
They did it with the Super Bee.
Back in early 2000s.
Yeah, they came out with the Ram truck, and they gave it some old school livery and, badging, and then just kind of, just let it be.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing with this, is what it seems like.
Which I think is kind of cool, because I've been, like when you look at Ford doing the Shelby, the Cobra truck, I think it's just time for Dodge to come up with some competition for it.
I mean, Dodge makes good stuff. Yeah. I mean, they're kind of slept on.
Except for in the transmission department,
all three of the big American manufacturers, they all have pros and cons. Yeah. Ford, they've had some hits and some misses throughout the years, and same with Chevy, same with Dodge.
Yeah.
They all have their one good thing. If you could take an LS engine and pair it with a Dodge chassis with a Ford transmission, you'd have yourself one hell of a car.
Yeah.
But, it doesn't work that way. So
not always. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, there's obviously been some photos already.
Yeah.
But
just look for the lime green slammed 1500 4-door.
And there was a display at SEMA. So if you guys find some SEMA videos on it, check it out.
Yeah.
Next up on the list, this one I just thought was cool, and I had seen some videos from last week talking about it, but I wanted to give it its own little segment here. So this is Toyota unveiling the Turbo Trail Cruiser, which is an old school Land Cruiser, I think from 85 or 86. And they took all the modern stuff out of a new...
I think it was a Tundra.
I think it was a new Tundra. And they put it underneath the body of an old school Land Cruiser. And I think it looks pretty cool. It's supposed to be way more fuel efficient and supposed to ride better, drive better, be more consistent in the straight lines, because apparently old school cars, they like to swerve.
Oh yeah. Have you seen that video that Matt did? So shout out to Matt Drake. He has a video that he's doing this in the steering wheel, and the car's going straight down the road. And he's doing this.
That's just all that play.
That is absolutely legit from that era.
Yeah.
80s, yeah. There was some slop.
But yeah, just another one of those cars that I thought was cool enough to bring up in the podcast. But
yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's I keep wanting to say IMAX, but it's iForce.
Yeah.
Twin turbo V6 engine. I mean, it makes like close to 400 horsepower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a solid engine, minus all the recalls. which we're just going to leave that one alone.
Well, hopefully, if they're unveiling it at SEMA, they hopefully fix those.
Well, if anybody's been paying attention, they just recalled like 170,000 cars just a couple days ago.
Were you involved with that?
No, it was only on the V6s.
Okay.
For debris in the manufacturing process can possibly lead to bearing failure.
Oh, nice.
And which could potentially lead to a crash if the engine stalls out while you're driving. And so, they had to recall all these different Tundras and Sequoias and stuff. And
sounds like a good old time.
Yeah, I mean, no manufacturer is
perfect 100% of the time.
And they make mistakes. That's why they have recalls. They're like, hey, we messed up. We're going to fix it. Like, I have my own issues with Toyota.
There's a whole video on that. Go check it out.
I love Toyota. I love the products. They got to step it up just a little bit in their quality control.
Yeah. So before we move on to gun stuff, you have some props.
Oh, I was going to hit that up after, but yeah.
Why not?
So, as you see here, this is an AccuSump. An AccuSump is basically an oil reservoir, and it's pressure balanced with air on one side of a piston and oil on the other. And as the air pressure overpowers the oil pressure, it pushes the oil into the engine. Mm-hmm. And vice versa. When the oil pressure overpowers the air, it pushes the piston back, increasing the canister's capacity of holding oil. And what this does is, under extreme conditions, we'll just leave it at that, racing and stuff like that, if you get a small dip in oil pressure, you can toast a motor, especially if you're at max RPM, real quick. I mean, within seconds, motor's gone. This thing is basically a giant blue can of insurance with 2 quarts of oil plus whatever's in the line. And when that oil pressure drops below the set pressure, it just opens up the valve and shoots all that pressurized oil into your pressure side of the engine, so immediately lubricating the bearings, potentially saving your engine from complete catastrophic failure or a rebuild, which costs time and money. And anyways, I bought this one for the Infinity, because when I popped the motor in the Infinity, I was like, you know what, I'm going to build it. And so I bought this AccuSump so that I wouldn't pop a motor again. That was the whole idea. But never ended up finishing that car, ended up selling it. And I'm now going to utilize this in the A86.
Yeah.
So that led me to some issues, because the 3SGE has very little room because of where they mounted the oil filter, which is right here at the bottom. I don't know if you can see that in there. Looks like you can. The oil filter is down here. There's an factory oil cooler right here where a oil filter would normally go. And when you put this into another car, there's not much room from the frame rail to get the filter off. Now, keep in mind, that's how big the filter is. It's like 3 inches tall. Like, it's tiny.
Yeah.
So when you add a sandwich plate like this to the filter, you can't get the filter off. You can't change the oil. Well, you can change the oil, you can't change the filter. So you use the sandwich plate because it gives you ports like this guy here to add in your AccuSump and things like that. Well, I also wanted to integrate the factory oil cooler from the A86 because it's already in the car and I've already got the lines running there. I'm like, there's got to be a way to do this.
Yeah.
So I spent some time researching and calling Canton Racing, who makes the AccuSump, and they straight up told me, call Mishimoto. Like, they're at the forefront right now of doing these sandwich plate adapters and things like that for the import cars. And I was like, well, I mean, I know those guys. So I gave them a call, ended up talking to their tech department for a while, and they had some solutions, but they weren't what I had in mind. So I was like, you know what, let me call this guy Mo back. Shout out to Mo at Canton Racing. Dude's cool. And he's like, well, the O-ring on the sandwich plate that you have, if that one seals on there, which it did, then I have something for you for a small block Ford with the same thread pitch, It gives me an in and an out and all that kind of fun stuff. And I was like, let's do it. It's 2 inches thick. So it's 3/4 of an inch thicker than this piece here. But it gives me 2 lines, in and an out. And it will be capped off on this side. And it will run a remote filter, which has twice as much capacity and higher flow rate and better filtration to 8 micron. And then I can adapt in my oil cooler, and coming out of the oil cooler, I can tee in the AccuSump and then go back into the inlet side of this sandwich plate that I'm getting from them. So in theory, I'll have all of it hooked up with clean lines, and it will fit in the space, and then I'll just mount the remote filter off to the side in the engine bay, probably where the factory battery would go, because I relocated the battery to the trunk years ago.
Yeah, we were looking at that last night.
So that's my plan. So anyways, I have props out here because I just wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
So if you're running a 3S GE and you want to run an oil cooler or an AccuSump or some other type of device.
Or both.
Or both. Canton Racing has the right stuff. You're going to order it for the small block Ford or Mopar, and it will fit. And it will clear the frame, because I measured it all. And it will seal because the O-ring size, the D-ring here, fits onto the flange and will seal. According to the book, air quote, it does not fit, but in real life, it does. So, just so you know, if you're a beams guy and you want to run some cool accessories, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the next part. The reason the engine is not complete right now is because me, did not thoroughly read before I ordered parts. So ordered these, wait, did we just lose a camera? No? Oh. So I did not thoroughly read, and I ordered these cam seals, which they're literally called washer seals. They're washers with seals on them, and they're only to seal the camshaft because there's oil that goes into the camshaft gear, the cam gear. And this goes under the bolt that holds it to keep the oil from spilling out and getting all over the place. Watched a video, this guy was talking about it, gave the part number. I didn't read the description all the way through. I just said, oh, yep, okay, cool. Found the part online, ordered 2 of them because I figured one for the intake, one for the exhaust. I had not taken the exhaust side out yet. I took the intake off because it came off, but this one is recessed in to the pulley. And I was like, okay, I got 2 of them. They showed up. I was super excited, came out, installed the intake side. And I'm like, sweet, torqued it down. Everything's cool. Went to the exhaust side, dug this guy out because I had left it in until I got the new gasket. Go to put the gasket in, and it wouldn't go in. And I'm like, what the hell? So let me put them side by side. Now you can see the difference.
A 1/16 of an inch apart in size.
So now you can see it there. If I can get my hand underneath it, you can see that there is, 1/16 of an inch outside diameter difference. The inside diameter is the same. So then I went back and I read the description and I was like, what the hell? So anyways, I have 2 of the exhaust side coming, which is 1 part number off. And they should be here on Monday, maybe Tuesday. And then I can finish this up and actually get everything back together and closed up and sealed up, and then it's ready to go. Which is why if you look back there, you can see that the Corolla is up in the air. It's on jack stands, the hood is off, and the only reason the subframe is not already off is because I lost the wheel lug key. And I went through 3 boxes and I couldn't find one. I know I have at least 2 of them here somewhere, but they haven't been touched in 10 years, and they're in one of these boxes that say random, or...
I'm wondering if it's sitting on that cart over by the...
You know what? I didn't look.
I'm wondering if there's one sitting over there.
Do you want to go look real quick and see if there's one there?
We can go look.
You know what? Let's take a walk.
That's kind of a update on the Corolla. That's an update on cars. That's an update on, make sure you order the right part and read the description, because that's the second time you've done this. First time being with the fans for the for the radiator.
Got to read that description. Could have saved myself probably 5% too on the...
Yeah, because...
It says order as a combo and save money, and I didn't even bother to do that, so...
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
Yep.
But all of the car stuff seems to be out of the way, which leads us into gun stuff. So we have a new gun to talk about, or guns, I should say. And they're MP5 clones, basically. Yeah. They're versions of an MP5 by this company called Corolla. Had to look up how to say that, by the way.
They're an Idaho company, and they happen to be based like literally 5 minutes from Tim's house.
Yeah.
Not even kidding.
I drive past their warehouse to get to here, Dad's house. So shout out to Corolla. You guys are cool. Based in Nampa. But yeah, it's just a couple of MP5 clones that we thought were cool. And since you didn't like the other ones that were out on the market.
Well, I mean, it's not that I don't like them. Century Arms is okay. They're an okay company. You know, they make some okay stuff. Don't own any personally. I wouldn't knock somebody if they had one. They're fine. But I want a real MP5.
Of course.
Like, I want a real MP5.
40 grand.
Right. But I don't want to spend MP5 money.
Yeah.
So I look at alternates. Mm-hmm. Now, this one, they manufacture. It's not an MP5. It's their version of a, you know, like a carbine.
Yeah.
But in 9mm. So it's a, you know, a PCC.
You know, we could just finish our 9mm builds and...
Yeah, we could. But this one uses MP5 mags, which is cool.
Yeah.
And it's got ambidextrous controls and charging handles, and it runs AR grips that have been converted to run in there. It's made out of 70-75 aluminum. And depending on how you set it up, which would go to the, you know, NFA laws and stuff like that, we're not even going to go there. It's doing all the same stuff as an MP5.
No.
It's got the same type of setups. It's got the same folding stocks. It's got all the same gear, but it's not an MP5. But if it works like an MP5,
you'll take it.
I'm good with it. And it's
$1,800.
$1,800, which is the next part. So,
granted, still pricey. You know, $1,800.
Yeah, that's still an expensive PCC. I mean, there's others out there that you can get for half that. Yeah. But, you know, I mean, like my Ruger PC carbine, it's a great gun. Like,
oh yeah,
great gun, and it's a, you know, realistically a $500-600 gun. It's not an expensive.
I think so. Yeah.
It's not an expensive gun by any means. So, anyways, there's Corolla USA. They're based here in Nampa, Idaho, and they make 2 versions of it: the CMP9 and the CMP9K, which is their compact. I think it comes with a 6-inch barrel.
Yeah.
So they have a 9-inch and a 6-inch barrel, and a bunch of different like stocks that you can get with it, but that bases, you know, how you want to license it or do all that. It comes with cold hammer forged barrels. It comes with Picatinny rails all the way around it, top, bottom, sides.
You can tactical this thing out.
And then you can grab your favorite AR grip and slap on it. So. Anyways, just wanted to, you know, throw a little shout out there to Corolla with their CMP9 and their CMP9K. Yep. 9mm rifles.
Yeah, it was really the only new releases that I could find.
I mean, there was the 32 H&R Smith & Wesson snub nose revolver,
and you were like, I don't really care.
But I was like, it's the same thing, just in a different caliber. Like, it's a 32 H&R, okay, less recoil.
Yeah,
but
you know, and you know, seeing it immediately, you go, okay, that's a great purse gun. Have something for the wife to help protect herself. So,
and that's about all you need to say about that.
Yeah. But that brings us to laws.
Oh, so now we're actually going to talk about laws.
Yeah. So it's funny that you were talking about, you know, the FNA registration, like, you know, maybe 5 minutes ago. And how we're not going to go there. Well, we're going to go there. So.
NFA?
Yeah. I think I said FNA.
Because we were talking about FN.
Yeah. So NFA is currently in the hot seat because their entire registration system is possibly on the butcher's block.
Yeah.
It might be going away. And the reason that is happening is because the entire reason it was created in the first place was to enforce taxes.
Yeah.
Back in 1937, when taxes were a huge thing in our country.
Well, you have to really think about the backstory of it.
Right.
So, gangsters and their Tommy guns
Yep.
and these fully automatic machine guns were running amok, right? So they're like, well, we don't want these getting out there to everybody. So we can't take them away because it's your right to own it, but we can tax it. And so they came up with the NFA tax, which was $200 back in the 30s. Now, $200 in the 30s was that's like $3,000 in today's dollars. It's a huge tax. But these gangsters, I'm going to use that term loosely, had the money, paid it, and would get their fully automatic machine guns and stuff like that.
Man, why can't our country be as cool as it was 100 years ago?
And so anyways, this NFA registration tax went into effect as a way to basically slow down these guns from getting out into the public. That's what it was for. And if they're going to get out there, well, let's make some money on it. No, I wasn't around back then. I know I look like I might have been, but I was not.
He said it, not me.
And I don't know these people that came up with these laws. I have not dug super deep into the fact check of it, but I've been dealing with the repercussions of the NFA my entire life.
Yeah.
And when they talk about getting rid of it, I fully support that.
Yeah.
The whole reason that they came up with it is no longer a real thing.
So I think it was maybe a year ago or so when, our lovely president decided to pass the Big Beautiful Bill Act.
That was a few months ago.
Yeah,
it was in July, 4th of July.
Right, yeah. Okay, so he passed that bill, which within that bill had a section which removed the $200 tax.
Yes.
The registration was implemented to keep track of the guns to be taxed.
Yeah.
So without the taxed, why is there a registration?
There shouldn't be.
And that's the question and argument at play right now. And that is where all of the Second Amendment supporters and people that are really for your freedoms and rights with guns are going. Because they're like, well, why are we needing to register for a tax that's no longer relevant? It's not a thing.
Which is a valid point.
Exactly.
Like they're coming at this with an argument that they can't argue.
Yeah.
Because they're right. Like the whole reason was for this tax, and you had to have proof that you paid it to have this item. Well, if the tax is gone, why do I need proof?
Exactly.
Like it's just that cut and dry.
Yeah.
So a bunch of states have signed up and sent letters to the Attorney General.
I think there was 17.
Yeah. I don't know how many exactly, but a lot of states have sent letters from their court system to the Attorney General saying, this needs to stop. It needs to go away. And to paraphrase and get rid, just to leave out all the legal mumbo jumbo, this is a good thing for freedom.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's enough support and enough states that ring the bell and say, hey, enough's enough.
I think we're good.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
You got anything to add?
Let's see. Oh, so yesterday I brought up this topic and I wanted to run it by you.
Okay.
So I brought up Matt Taylor and this whole conspiracy that's going on with the internet right now. And for the people that don't know,
I didn't know.
There is a TikTok page going around right now. He has 700,000 followers.
In like a very short amount of time.
Like within a month. I heard about this story first like a week and a half ago. So Matt Taylor is an art teacher, and Matt Taylor is also suspiciously very similar to the actor-comedian Kevin James. And for the people,
what's up, Kevin?
For the people that know the conspiracy, they're all wondering, is this Kevin James? And
I don't know. I watched a few videos because I was like, come on. That's totally Kevin James. He is trolling everybody right now. It's hilarious. I love it. But that is Kevin James playing a part, and that part is trolling the internet and making everybody...
And that is some method acting, which is...
It's great. I love it. Look it up. It's great.
Yeah. So do your own research, but we're actually divided. I think it's a different guy.
I think it's Kevin. I've met Kevin.
Yeah, I know you have. And, you've worked in the movie industry, and like, even people that haven't met him, watch his movies, watch the way he talks, and I can understand the argument.
That's where it was. It was the voice. It sounds like Kevin.
And I can understand the argument, but I think it's a different guy.
I think it's the same guy.
But when all of this gets, unearthed in a couple weeks or whatever when a new movie's released about an art teacher played by Kevin James. I'll either be wrong or right. But yeah, guys, I think that kind of wraps up all the stuff that I wanted to talk about. We have guns, we have cars, we have Matt Taylor from TikTok.
Sports.
Oh, Seahawks, they lost today. Don't even get me. I'm
2
upset.
points. 2 points. 61-yard field goal sailed right. Could have won by field goal.
We still have a lot of season left.
There is, and it was a big game for the Seahawks because it was NFC West versus NFC West. Both teams tied for first in NFC West. We had also best record in the NFC, so it would have been basically first place in the NFC. And it was a divisional game, and this is all building playoffs, right? This is all for playoffs.
Yeah.
We're only halfway through the season, and we're looking at playoffs. So if we would have won today, we would have been number one.
Number one.
In the NFC West, and it was a divisional game, so we would have been number one in NFC and number one in NFC West.
Now, I believe we still have 3 divisional games to play this season.
Yeah, we still have the 49ers, and we have another game against I think there's only 2. I think we have Rams
I think
and
one
49ers.
more Rams and then a 49ers.
Because I think we already played the Cardinals twice.
Yes, we did. Last week was Cardinals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's right.
So there's 2 more divisional
games.
Now, the 49ers beat the Cardinals today. Like
The Cardinals are losing bad, though.
Yeah.
I think they're 3-7 right now.
Yeah, they're just having a rough go, and they'll bounce back. But
not against us, hopefully.
yeah, and I'm not a Cardinals fan. I like good sports. So
Yeah.
I like the Philadelphia Eagles. I've never been to an Eagles game, but I liked them back when Randall Cunningham was their quarterback, and he was just a really athletic, physical dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, I like that, and so I liked the Eagles back then.
So, talking about physical, athletic dudes, our new quarterback, he is doing some stuff that I really like to see. He's moving. He's out of pocket. He's getting across the line of scrimmage on his own because sometimes that's what the play needs. Last time we saw a quarterback do the things that he's doing was Lamar Jackson with the Ravens a few years back.
And it was a great combo.
Yeah, and now he's doing great. I think that the way the Seahawks are playing this season is some of the things that we've been waiting for years, since Legion of Boom time.
JSN is the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
By a lot, too.
I mean,
He's
that says something.
carrying.
And if you look at his season last year, he wasn't putting up these kind of stats.
And I think that has to do a lot with the Geno Smith and he was my favorite receiver, Metcalf.
Oh, Metcalf.
Yeah, so Geno Smith and Metcalf,
he targeted Metcalf a lot.
They were definitely on their own bandwidth as far as communication goes.
See, Wilson had it with Lockett.
Yeah.
Like Wilson and Lockett, it was a powerhouse combo, right? Just those two just were synced.
Lockett was fast. Wilson could throw far as hell. So guess what? Lockett was there to get the catches. And the same goes with, I guess it's kind of the opposite effect, Metcalf was huge, but Geno could get the ball to him quickly, so it made it super quick for those 10, 12-yard passing plays.
Metcalf was an awesome player, bad attitude from everything that we saw, throwing temper tantrums and stuff like that. But he was good. Like, he was an amazing receiver. If he just needed time to develop, which is what Pete Carroll would have done with him, but then Pete Carroll was no longer the coach.
Yeah, which I'm still grateful that he isn't.
Because I mean, come on, who runs or who passes the ball in the end zone of a Super Bowl?
Oh, man.
When you've got freaking Marshawn Lynch standing there. Who does that? Nobody. That is a freaking bonehead move.
And granted, that was 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it still pisses me off.
And we still get flamed as Seahawks fans talking about it. So, dude, you were those guys. You were those guys. So, yeah, we get it. But I mean,
come on. He did give us Legion of Boom.
He did.
I mean, Pete Carroll, I know you're still out there. You're still doing your thing. Appreciate what you did for the Seahawks, but...
your time has come and gone.
Yeah. Nobody would take and not give the ball to Marshawn. The dude was a beast mode. Come on.
Yeah. No, and the funny thing is there's now, there's YouTube channels out there that break down the iconic series and times of the NFL. And there are still people that believe there wasn't a better running back than Marshawn Lynch during his time with the Seahawks because he was the best for a reason. So I think that kind of covers all of our gripe with the Seahawks
anyways, the Seahawks lost by 2 points because of a missed field goal. At 1 second left, Didn't get it, but even the play, like I was at work, I couldn't watch it, so I was literally playing it live in my pocket on my phone, and I was listening to every play, which gives you a different vibe, right? Because you're not seeing it, you're listening to it, but you actually hear it like as it's happening. And like 15 seconds left, make a play, and I'm like, are they going to call the timeout? No, they're not. Okay, they're like, here we go. Boom, and then they'd make another play, and they'd get a little bit closer, and I'm like, well, they're within. They're there.
Okay, but the first thing when you told me that, because I haven't watched the game highlights yet, I'm gonna go do that after this. But when you told me that it was a 61-yard field goal, immediately I go, "That's a pretty long field goal."
It is a long field goal.
But then you go, "Well, he did it last season."
Well, he did it 5 years ago. He did it 5 years ago during COVID at SoFi Stadium against the Rams. He made a 61-yard field goal. So you're like, he could totally do it, and he's been good. I mean, he hit 57 tonight.
Yeah.
At SoFi.
We have a great kicker. He isn't Hauschka. Again, Legion of Boom time. We had the best kicker in the NFL for a while, Steven Hauschka.
I still like that dude, but I like Myers. I think Myers is good.
He's doing good, yeah.
Every once in a while, I mean, you're kicking an oblong ball, so, like, if it's held just slightly wrong or something, I mean, it's going to cause the ball to do crazy
Laces
stuff.
out.
Laces out. Damn.
Anyways, guys, I feel like that wraps up week 12 of Not a Podcast. As usual, I am Tim. That is Dad. This is MS Videos, and we'll catch you next time. MS Videos.
Wow, you rushed that outro. You're like, I'm out. Done. We're done. Out. Cut it.
MS Videos. We out.